Welcome to Less of Me Success Stories. I'm your host, Robyn Dobbins, and my co-host, Scott King, will be running the chat tonight.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited about this guest we have tonight. Super awesome background in history. And already learned a lot of information behind the scenes before we started here. We just want to let you guys know we know what it feels like to be hopeless and helpless. Your journey is not over. You can rewrite your story at any time. We provide a platform here for people to tell their stories, tell their journeys about how they've reclaimed their life using dietary intervention.
Thanks, Scott. Can everyone please take a second to share our link in your socials? We really appreciate our audience, and they don't know that we're live until you guys help us tell them. And we want to grow our channel, so please share all over your socials, and people can know about us and hear everyone's story. As a reminder, none of us are medical professionals. We are not offering any medical advice. Please consult with your medical team before attempting any interventions. And with that, let me get into our introduction. Tonight, our guest is coming to us from the UK. She's agreed to join us live, even though it's 1 a.m. her time. So she's very hopped up on caffeine right now, and you might notice when she's talking, but it's fantastic. So she's a fan of the show who I happened to meet on X, and she values training, especially for women, kind of like me. I've learned that she eats a pescatarian keto diet and has healed her IBS, chronic dermatitis, and reduced the symptoms of menopause. As a pharmacy technician, she is passionate about people staying away from pharmaceuticals, and she believes that nutrition and lifestyle are the keys to health. So please welcome Julie Backhouse. Hi, welcome.
Hi, good morning, good evening.
All of the things, we cover it all. You're coming to us from the future.
Yes, and it's not great.
You can tell us the lottery numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hi. Thank you for having me. This is really lovely. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're so glad you're here with us tonight. So what I usually do is just turn it over to you. Please tell us all about yourself.
Okay. I'll start with my background. I had a very, very active childhood. I was very lucky enough to grow up in the early 70s and 80s. We ate what I now consider as normal, healthy food. My mum did all the home cooking, and we had amazing home cooked meals every night. But I had a very active childhood, and we were never in. We were constantly active with our friends, cycling, going out, playing. It was just wonderful. And school kind of got in my way. It was an annoyance that I had to put up with because I had a really great social life. But you have to do these things, unfortunately. And then later on, I became pregnant very early, and I got married when I was 18. So I then went off on my own with my new family and started eating not that fantastic things. Home cooked food was gone. We were starting to have convenience food was coming onto the market, and it was a lot easier to start eating things like that. And unfortunately, my first marriage wasn't very successful, and then my first husband sadly passed away, which left me as a single mum. I'd moved down away from my home down to Milton Keynes, where I live now, and had to work extremely hard. So food was not a priority for me. I made sure that my family was well fed, but not for myself. I just completely neglected my own health. After I got over the initial issues with losing my first husband, I managed to get a really excellent job, and that's where I met my second husband, who is an amazing cook. He can make the most amazing meals out of completely anything. He's got such a skill. He isn't a trained chef in any way, shape, or form. He just has that skill with food, which kind of meant that he was making some really amazing food, and I was eating it and eating it and eating it. So, but we were, when I look back now, we were eating very ultra high processed ingredients, seed oils, things like that. And then my weight just piled on. Into the late 2010s, I became very, very unwell. I had cancer, gallbladder disease, and I had to have a full hysterectomy as well. These health issues, they sort of happened within just a few years, and it was extremely difficult to cope with. I'm trying to work as well at the same time as recovering from illnesses, and it was really very difficult time for myself and the rest of my family. But because of all that, the weight just piled on. And I guess I was just kidding myself, really. I deluded myself that everything was fine, and it wasn't. I was so inactive. I guess I used my illnesses as an excuse in some way. And I just comfort ate, which, as you can imagine, it's not comfortable, but you just carry on doing it because that's how you've always done it. And my health just deteriorated even more, and my doctor wanted to put me on certain medications, but because I'm quite anti-medication, I stayed off them, and I just thought, okay, I've got to start doing something here. So I had a really important birthday. I think it was my 50th birthday in Santorini in Greece. And I think I'd lost about a stone, the weight loss thing you do before a holiday. I think I'd lost about a stone, maybe, I'm not sure, because I stayed away from the scales. And I was on the holiday. We were on a lovely cruise, a sunset cruise, and a couple took a photo of myself and my husband on the boat. And I never look at photos. I usually refuse to have my photo taken, and I wouldn't look at them. And then my husband happened, when we got back, my husband got put the photos on his phone, and I saw this photo of him and me on this boat trip. And I didn't recognize the people in the photo. It was a shock. I think I was looking at myself through different eyes because it was a photograph, and I just collapsed into tears and thought, what have I done to myself? This is just shocking. So this was in June 2016, and I think that was my moment, my turning point. Although I'd been ill recently with so many serious illnesses, I think it was that photograph that made me think, what are you doing? So I decided enough was enough, and I am quite a stubborn person. So when a decision has been made, the decision's been made, but I put my foot down and I said, right, that's it. So we embarked on a weight loss journey. And we started doing a very old Weight Watchers diet, which now that I analyze it from my point of view as now, it was actually a low carb, high protein, medium fat diet. So and back in those days, with Weight Watchers, they used to do quite good healthy eating plans. So we decided we were going to do it. I wrote out the plan for him, wrote out the plan for myself, and we started. And that's when I got on the scales, and my my weight was absolutely off the chart. I just, even now thinking about it, my actual weight, I'll do it in pounds because obviously I know you guys do pounds. So my weight that day when I got on the scales was 374 pounds. And I was, yeah. So I must have been knocking on the door of 400 the year before, because I know I'd lost some weight before the holiday. So I, I don't know. I had another sort of surreal moment where I'm, what are you doing to yourself? You know, this is unhealthy. You know, if you were speaking to a patient, that you would tell them, right, okay, it's time to start looking at losing some weight. So that spurred me on a little bit more. It gave me a bit more of a kick to get started and make sure that we try to do healthy eating plans, and could we start exercising? Because I'd always been active, so I knew that I could. I knew that I could run or walk. So we started walking. We embarked on a walking plan, but in my head, I really wanted to start running. Obviously I couldn't really run at that weight. It wasn't advisable. So for about a year, we just concentrated on walking, and we do love walking. We do an awful lot of it, and we carried on doing the Weight Watchers plan, and very slowly over years 1, 2, and 3, the weight came down. Obviously, as we know, weight loss journeys are not linear, so there was a bit of this going on, and that's okay. I know we obsess over these things, but at the time I was like, well, I'm going in the right direction. I'm doing the right things. And then I got to about the year 2020 and it stalled. I'd got down to about 204 pounds. So I'd done really well. I know it was over the course of a few years, but that's, I'd rather do it very slowly. And it stalled. By this point, I had started trying to run, but I had all the embarrassment issues because, you go outside and you're in lycra, as I know Scott has mentioned before, because there's nothing else to wear. You have to wear lycra. It's the thing. So there I am, running on the paths near where I live. Of course, I get the rude beeps from people in cars shouting abuse. And the thing is with that, it doesn't put me off. It gives me fire. It puts fire in my belly when people start things like that. So in a way, it's good. But I know not everybody behaves like that. But I did get a lot of comments. But what I was doing, I was running lamppost to lamppost and then walking and lamppost to lamppost. And I did get, I could feel things changing. So with my weight loss and with my running, it was starting to get better. The route that I had was about 1.5 miles, and I was doing really well. I couldn't run it all, I just couldn't, but I was doing a really good chunk of it. But then, like I said, my weight loss stalled in about 2019, 2020. So I was doing up and down, and I started to get quite frustrated. Then lockdown happened. And I thought, okay, we were put on furlough. We were not allowed to go to work. And I thought, right, what am I going to do here? So I started doing research. And I obviously, because of my career, research is a big thing. That's what we do. We do a lot of our own research, and we do an awful lot of learning as part of our job. So I decided that I was going to research healthy eating. And I also, thank goodness, joined Twitter. very new to Twitter, wasn't really sure what to do with it, but kind of got into it fairly quickly. And luckily, I came across women on Twitter who are what I consider top class athletes. They won't consider themselves as top class athletes, but I came across the most amazing people, and I didn't engage with them straight away. I started to look at what they were doing, and they are bodybuilders, weightlifters, powerlifters, runners, and they come from all walks of life. And it blew me away what these ladies were doing. And one of them suggested, because I said about plateauing, and one of the ladies suggested going to a gym. And I thought, oh my gosh, really? Okay, that's fine. I'll try. I've got a local gym, and that was before that they closed the gyms. So I had about 3 months of going to a gym. I carried on doing my research, and again on fitness Twitter, I came across this term keto. What on earth is that? That just sounds ridiculous. Very skeptical, very, very skeptical as a healthcare professional and as a fitness person. So I did my research, an awful lot of research. I went down several rabbit holes, having a look at which keto plan would suit. I love measuring things like macros, so it's perfect for me. I love experimenting with macros and levels. And I thought, okay. And so I said to my husband, right, we're plateauing. We now need to try something else. So I introduced him to keto, because with him being the cook, I give him the ingredients list. He goes and buys it. He cooks it. So I told him, this is what we're doing. Here's your list. Off you go. He went to the shops. He bought all this stuff. And he rang me from the shop and he said, are you sure it says butter? Are you sure we can have butter? I said, we are having butter. If it's on the list, we are having it. So we bought double cream and all the bits and pieces that comes with keto. And when he came home, he said, I think I'm going to like this eating plan, because he's a big meat eater. He is carnivore through and through, always has been. And he says, I am really going to love this. But it took us quite some time to understand, because all these years we've been eating low fat, high carb, medium protein rubbish. All of a sudden, we can now eat all the protein that we love. I love fish, obviously. He loves meat. And he made desserts with cream and berries. And he said, are you sure? Are you sure we can eat this? I said, if it's on the list, we can eat it. And the first week we did keto, he lost 10 pounds and I lost 8 pounds in the first week, which for me was mind blowing. I got off the scales and got back on again. And I thought, no, I'm aware it's water weight. And I now understand why it's water weight, as I've done all the sciencey stuff behind it. But I just could not believe it. I did have keto flu. I don't think my husband did. He said he felt okay with it, but I definitely had it. I was grumpy. I had bad headaches. And I think that was more withdrawing from sugar, because as we know, it's such a poison, what it does to the body. And I am a sugar addict, unfortunately. And I didn't realize, how much I was a sugar addict. But I was blown away as a healthcare professional and as someone doing fitness. I just, yeah. And since that week that I realized what keto can actually do for you, I've been a keto fan ever since. It has quite literally turned my life around. I had the worst IBS, and now I know why, because my diet was full of seed oils. I had chronic headaches all the time, very bad dermatitis all the time. My energy levels was pretty much nil. Sleep was always an issue. And then as I got older, going into menopause, menopausal symptoms were off the charts. And now I know why these things were happening to me. And quite literally within a week of starting keto, my IBS that I've been suffering with since I've been 20 is gone. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And I have been through every procedure, every medication, absolutely everything for my IBS. And I have suffered so much, as IBS sufferers will tell you, the pain is shocking. And I have gone through all that, even to the point where my doctor was discussing surgery. Even to that point where he was absolutely discussing the possibility of surgery. And by simply changing my diet, it's gone. And when I do, I'd say a week where we've just been away and I had more carbs than usual, the IBS is back. So I know what it is, and I've done some experiments with myself to see what if there's specific stuff, and it is carbs. It is carbs that set me off. There's no two ways about it. So we carried on our amazing keto journey, and we worked really hard. I started, as I say, I started in the gym, and discovered there was a gentleman in the gym that was lifting weights, and I kept sort of looking, because we ladies tend to stay on the cardio machines, and of course I love my running. There's, I love a treadmill. I've got my own. I really enjoy it, but I started sort of looking at what they were doing with the weights, and I thought, I'm going to be brave enough to have a go. So I did some research. How do you lift weights safely? And then I started looking at, for women, what are the safe amounts of weight you can lift? So I started doing things like that. And then I decided to use the machines. The machines are quite self-explanatory. So as a newbie, I decided I'll give the machines a go. And I've been hooked ever since, with the weightlifting. That has added a different aspect to my life. It really has. I believe that the weightlifting, resistance training has helped me with my running, with walking. It's helped with weight loss as well. But I believe the weightlifting and the resistance training has had a really profound effect on my actual confidence. Because when you are overweight, you tend to want to sort of hide in the background a little bit. But now I'm not hiding in anybody's background. I'm out there. I'm up front and center, doing whatever I want to do. It has definitely had an impact on my confidence. And also there's the aesthetics of it, because obviously when you're losing weight at my age, you've got skin. You've got skin. And an awful lot of it. And when you build the muscle, which obviously takes an awful long time to do, what it does, it sets that really good base. So you have a really toned base for the skin to lie on, so it doesn't look quite so unusual. I still have my issues with arms and things like that, but my goals for the future will be to build muscle in such a way that it gives a better outlook or a better aspect for my loose skin. And I also really love being able to lift my own body weight. It's just wonderful. During lockdown, I managed to build up quite well, and could deadlift my own body weight. For me, that's just outstanding. I guess it's an ego boost, and I'm not the kind of person that likes to ask for help. So when I'm lifting things around the house, I actually want to do it myself. So when I'm moving the furniture, I want to do it myself. And now I can. I don't ask for any help. And I have a huge sofa. It's extremely heavy. That when it's time for hoovering underneath, I just move it myself. And there's something empowering about that, about the fact that I can lift pretty much whatever I want around the house. I'm also a gardener, and I renovate people's gardens as well. So I can now lift heavy stuff within my job as a gardener. And it's extremely empowering to know that you can lift it, but you can also do it safely. It's just amazing. It's a wonderful thing. So getting back to the weight loss, last year I hit my goal, which just the most wonderful thing in the world. I did cry when I got onto the scales and saw my weight. I did cry. I have to be honest. I'm not a crying person at all, but that day I let a few tears fall, but they were really happy tears. And it was just amazing. And I have to say that is all down to keto and exercise, definitely. So yeah, that is my story, guys.
Well, I happen to know that you have a lot more to say, but we will get
Yeah.
into all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, all of this just, I know it resonates with me, and I'm sure it also resonates with Scott, because you were talking about Lycra. So
Yeah.
that's a hot topic around here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I lift all the time, and
Yeah.
I don't lift my body weight, and so
you will.
That's right. I mean, so because I am now doing that, like, I understand exactly what that's like. Like, oh my God, I did this. Like, that's what I'm working towards doing. And so it's really just inspiring to me to hear that that's what you were able to do. Like, I'm going to follow in those footsteps. I'm going to try to do the same thing. And that's going to give me the motivation to keep going.
Yeah.
Which is why we do these talks, to motivate each other. So that's just amazing. Now, I've actually already seen that some questions are coming in, so I'm going to hold off on other things I was going to touch on, because we understood everything. And thank you for converting to pounds, because both of us whipped our phones out. It was like, how much is a stone?
I wrote it all down. Yeah, I don't know why we do it. Yeah.
Eyes real big, like, what do we do? Thank you for doing that for us. So I'm going to turn it over to Scott, and then if there's still time left, I'll ask my own questions, but it looks like we have some good guest conversations coming in. So go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. So our friend Maribel has actually a couple questions for you. Her first question was, when you first started keto, what did your first keto meals look like? Can you give some examples of what you would typically have?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So because I only eat fish and vegetables and fruit, obviously, my husband, he made his meal, which consisted basically of a mound of meat. And he made me like a cauliflower rice. Do you guys get cauliflower rice? Oh, it's a game changer, isn't it? Wow, I'm completely hooked. So he makes me cauliflower rice, stir fry. He does a stir fry, so that he puts a lot of egg in, because I'm a big egg fan. And he puts prawns, salmon, any seafood that he's got in the fridge. He'll bang that in, and it just, usually I can't finish it because there's so much rice. That's what he kind of started off with those kind of meals. I love nothing more than a plate of scrambled eggs or a huge omelette. I can make a really good 4-egg omelette with cheese melted in the middle. That's about my culinary expertise ends there. Really. So anything with egg, oh my gosh, I love eggs. And he was going online and looking for fish recipes, and there are quite a lot. There's a huge amount, really. What it is getting away from the mindset of, well, I have to have fish or meat with potatoes or pasta. Get away from that mindset of my plate is not complete without potatoes or pasta or rice. Well, yeah, it is complete because you put more protein on, and therefore you are more full, and it is so much more satisfying. Because carbs don't fill you up, protein does, fat does. So yeah, it's because he's such a good cook, he will just make something out of absolutely nothing. Yeah, he's asleep now, but you know, I give thanks every day for him. He's amazing.
we give thanks for him too, because he's keeping you well fed.
Oh yeah.
I do want to ask why you're pescatarian. If you want to talk about it, is that a personal choice, or does meat bother you, or how did that happen?
Well, weirdly, for years I was vegetarian, because back in the 80s, I saw a program about how they treat farm animals, and because I was still really young, you know what you're like, you think you know everything when you're in your 20s, and I just decided that no, I'm not eating meat anymore, I'm going to be vegetarian, and it just stuck. But once I started eating healthy, I mean, clearly vegetarianism isn't, for me, wasn't correct because I put on so much weight. So I had to make the decision, okay, well, I can't eat meat. I just don't want to. I tell you what, I'll just go back to eating fish. And it was a bit of an issue going back to eating fish because I'd not eaten it for so long. But I had to make a sensible decision for my health. Of course, ethics come into it. You know, I don't like the thought of factory farmed animals and things like that. But you have to be realistic, because your health has to come first. And I wasn't getting quality protein, clearly. And my diet as a vegetarian was very, very heavy carb, as you can imagine. You know, what else do you eat as a vegetarian? So I had to make a very difficult, conscious decision once I started my weight loss journey. And plus my poor husband was running out of ideas for things to make for me. You know, he's great, but he can only make so much. So once we added in the quality protein of fish, yeah, that was a game changer. And I decided that for me, I have to say, for me personally, vegetarianism is not healthy. So that, yeah, but I definitely don't want to eat meat. But I'm not one of those people that will get on a soapbox and start saying, oh, you shouldn't eat meat. No, I believe you should eat meat if that is what you want to do, because it is very healthy. It absolutely is. It's got everything that a person needs. So I'm not, you know, I'm not one of those ex-vegetarians who will have a go at people. No. It's down to
I think it's really great how you said that, because, you know, we talk a lot in our conversations with people about being selfish, and people think they're being selfish because they're asking for special permission to eat differently at a party or whatever. But you were looking at it from a different perspective. Like, I can do what I need to do because I don't agree with how some of the farming is done, and I don't want to hurt an animal, but I do have to take care of myself first. And so it's a very interesting perspective, and it's really great to see that that's completely doable. Like, you've been able to stay within what's important to you and your values, and have the success with the weight loss and your health and reversing things. That's I really like how
Yeah.
you worded that, and I wish that there was more people that were thinking the way you think about it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you for appreciating that we like our beef around here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I live with a carnivore, you know. It's got to be the person's choice. It has to be. It's not
Yes.
down to other people to say what you should eat, you know. It's the person.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with that. You know, if I want people to respect how I eat, then I do have to respect how other people eat,
Absolutely. Yeah.
whether or not I agree with it. So it really should be a mutual respect.
Sure.
All right, turning it back to you, Scott.
Well, I feel like an idiot, but I'm fine with embarrassing myself. I thought a pescatarian was a religion.
Well, I'd only just heard recently what just eating fish meant. I had to look it up because you know somebody asked me quite some time ago what are you? So what do you mean what are you? So well you were vegetarian. What are you now? And I thought, oh yeah, what am I? So when I looked into it, I thought, well, I guess I'm keto, intermittent fasting, pescatarian. Okay. I don't like labels, but I guess they're handy sometimes, aren't they?
I'm a Christian, but when you said that, I was like, oh, I wonder if like
Yeah.
pescatarian, like a Baptist or something like that. Okay, so I'm embarrassed myself enough. So Maribel had a second question, and
Oh.
that was she was asking, what got you into the lifting, or if you can kind of go into more detail, what got you into lifting?
Yeah. So I'm going to put this one on the girls from Twitter. They are my biggest inspiration. As I say, that I class the girls on Twitter as elite athletes, and they are the kindest, most helpful people. They've got busy lives, but I could send them a direct message tomorrow, and they would instantly reply. Any help that I've asked them for, they've given. They have been so supportive. So I look to them for guidance. They probably don't think that I do, but I definitely do, because as a new person to weightlifting, you do need direction, and you do need a plan, and you do need somebody in the background that has the answers to the inevitable many questions. So I'm definitely going to say the girls from Twitter, they have put me on the right path, absolutely, for sure. Seeing what they do, it blows my mind. There is a lady, I won't name names obviously, but there is a lady on there who is a CrossFitter. She has her own health issues, but my goodness, when she puts all of her CrossFit training videos on, which must take a lot of time actually, but she blows my mind with what she does. She's the most humble of people, but she's another level as far as I'm concerned. So I look at what she does. She has helped me in the past with my form, giving me some really good suggestions. There is another lady as well. I think she's from Texas. She's absolutely fantastic. All of these amazing people, by the way, are from the US. There are some great people on the fitness Twitter from the UK as well. But it's mainly the girls from the US that inspire me. And she is bodybuilding at the moment, and the work that she does is incredible. And she has been extremely helpful in my journey as well. I can never be a bodybuilder, and I certainly can't be a CrossFitter, but what I can be is my best version. And that's what they're always telling me. They're always saying, you're not competing with us, you're competing with your future self. Do today what your future self is going to thank you for. And that, for me, as a saying, has been extremely profound. So they show me what they do. I kind of copy it. And then when I was at the gym, I met a couple of really nice, I think we call them gym bros. I don't know if I'm I don't know if that, I hope that's not a derogative term. I hope that's not, no, but they were absolutely amazing. I mean, they are built, unbelievable guys. And normally I wouldn't have approached people like that. But they approached me and they helped me with some exercises, some great tips, because I feel like the fitness community is a lot more welcoming than you think it is. Normally, I wouldn't even look at people like that because to me, they are the elite. They're amazing. You know, they're too busy with their lives to help little old me, but that's not, it's the opposite. They want to help. They'll do anything to help people. So I got a lot of help actually in the gym. But then when lockdown happened, obviously, we all had to scramble around and work out from home. And I've now built my own home gym. So I only have a small house. So I'm kind of, half of my gym is downstairs, the rest is upstairs. I've got workout equipment everywhere. So I do a lot of my weightlifting downstairs as there's more room. But I'm looking perhaps next year when I change my work hours to rejoin a gym, as I miss the leg press. I haven't got room for a leg press, and I really miss that because I was pushing 400 and 500 pounds on the leg press, and that is for me is just. But it's such a great exercise for to tone myself up for my running as well. So I think next year I will rejoin a gym. But any ladies out there thinking, oh, I can't weightlift, oh yes you can. Yes you can. Absolutely, yeah.
Love it. Matt, who is Robyn's husband, had a question, and I apologize, I must have missed this part, but he said something about, you mentioned a 100 group on Twitter or X.
Yes.
And what is that?
Yeah. Okay, so the 100 Club is is the guys I've just been talking about. It's made up of all different people from all walks of life. Everybody in that club is an athlete. Probably some of them will say they're not, but yes, you are, guys. You really are. And it's a club of people who give 100% in their lives. They one of the hashtags is Do Work Son, which I think is a very popular term for everybody. Basically, go out and work, do the work. You know, go out and run, go out and walk, just do the work for yourself. It is for yourself. You are taking care of yourself. And I've met just fantastic people. And again, these are elite athletes who commented on, I put a progress, I do a progress photo of a before, which I hate, and an after, and I do like a split screen photo, and I put it up sometimes because we do the accountability thing where you post photos and I haven't posted a video yet. I haven't been able to work up the courage to do that, but I will. I promise I will. But I put my progress photos up, and these elite athletes are commenting on my photos saying, well done, girl, you know, you rock, yay, you know, all their hashtags. And these people are busy people, you know, they're just absolutely amazing, but they're commenting on my photos. And it's a club of like-minded people, again, from all walks of life, who support each other, but mainly want to support people in their own weight loss journeys and fitness journeys. And any one of the 100 Club people, you could you could direct message them tomorrow and they will reply. They will help you. They've changed my life. If I really think about it, this group of people have changed my life for the better. And yeah, I love them to bits. Yeah.
And Scott, I don't know if you've noticed this, and anybody else who's listening, that you can tell who's in the 100 Club because they all have 100 in their in their name. So there's actually some other people within the low carb space that I see on X all the time that have that. And I started to like see this trend, and I was like, why do I keep seeing this coming up? So I actually direct message Julie, and I was like, hey, I want to know what this is all about. And she explained it all to me. So it just sounds like an amazing community on X. And just to know that you can reach out to one another. And I will definitely put that in our show notes so people can look for it, because I actually scrolled through it, and it's just a very encouraging group of people. So yes, thank you for introducing us to that.
Yeah, they are the best.
Anything else coming through, Scott?
Just other than the fact that people saying love this lady, she's awesome.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you.
You got a whole fan club, another fan club that's not even in the 100% club that is loving you right now. So that's great. So I just had a couple things to ask you, but most of them you actually answered already. Okay. So the other thing I just wanted to mention real quick is, if y'all haven't seen the before and afters, we do a little before and after thing to advertise the show. Please go look at that video, because you will be amazed. Like, I had no idea. I mean, I just met you a couple months ago on Twitter, and you look like you look. So I never in a million years would have guessed that you were that much heavier, and the amount of work that you have put in, which is eating and working out, that has changed you, is just absolutely phenomenal. So I want to remind everyone to go look for that video. I can't remember if I put it on YouTube. I've been a little crazed lately. So if it's not on YouTube, it's on Instagram and it's on Twitter. So make sure you look for it there.
Yeah.
So we're actually, I told you time flies. We only have about 15 minutes left, but you were telling us some amazing stuff, some very interesting stuff before we went live. And I want to make sure we talk about that.
Yes.
So please tell us a little insight about your work and what you do, and kind of how it applies to this whole thing that we've been talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a pharmacy technician. I have been for a very long time. I've done other jobs in between, but I always come back to pharmacy, as it is my first main job. Pharmacy as a healthcare professional in the UK, I guess, is really different to the US. We obviously we do prescriptions and things like that, but what the NHS has started doing now is moving a lot of us from the community and hospital settings, and they've created positions within GP surgeries. And what they want us to do as pharmacy teams is to sort out people's prescriptions, people's medications. So we do a lot of medication reviews, and we do an awful lot of work behind the scenes as well. And there is a definite change within the UK towards looking at healthy eating and healthy lifestyle plans. What we're hoping that the NHS carries on doing is to move it up a step and to prescribe healthy eating and lifestyle plans before they prescribe medications. That's what I'm really hoping. We kind of are going that way, but it's a little bit weird at the moment, because some places do it, some places don't. Even though we're all under the NHS umbrella, a lot of places work autonomously and do their own thing. So what we're really hoping to do going forward is to push that message, highlight that message of, you can really solve 90% of your health problems by sorting out your kitchen cupboards and your fridge and whatever, because good health, proper health, starts in the kitchen. You might go to the gym and do everything else, but predominantly good health starts in the kitchen. And we're hoping that the message about seed oils, ultra high processed food, and you know, other ingredients such as carbs and things like that, that this message gets out to people via the NHS, because people do trust the NHS, I think. Still, I'm not 100% sure at the moment. But if they started doing sensible programs like that, I really believe we would see less and less people, and we could concentrate on those that are truly in need of our services. I did a little thing last week while I was at work in preparation for our little chat today. And I had a look at 10 people's health backgrounds. I did a deep dive, which I am allowed to do, obviously, you know, it is part of my job. And looking at their circumstances, I would say 8 of those people would have had a massive change in their health conditions if they change what they ate and they led a healthier lifestyle. That's 8 out of 10 people. And that was only from, I do 4 different GP surgeries, and that was just one GP surgery, and 8 people, I'm 99% sure, would have definitely had a massive improvement if they looked at what they were eating. It's about looking behind their condition. So, you know, IBS, great example, as I'm a personal sufferer. I see IBS as a diagnosis so many times, and I could scream at my computer and say, do you know how you can stop this? By eating healthy. It will stop overnight if you do this. And it's frustrating sometimes. So, as I say, the NHS are starting to do those kind of things now, and we are all on board with it. I know my colleagues are probably a bit fed up of hearing me say all these things, but I've been teaching them about keto, which is quite strange, because we, if I go off topic slightly, we did a competition at work. It started in January of this year, and it was called Pounds for Pounds, and we did 12 weeks of healthy eating, and whoever lost the most weight got the money that we paid. We paid £1 each week, so £12 times X amount of people, and we were weighed by the people that ran the competition, and it was the most wonderful competition. I did win it. I lost 14.5% of my body weight in 12 weeks. But again, it was because of keto. And the person who comes second lost a lot of weight. And again, he was keto too. So the message of keto got out into our practice. So that's what we're trying to do anyway, as an NHS, I hope.
I do want to ask you, you say GP surgery. Can you define that? Just
so
so everybody knows.
Yeah, it's different, I guess, in the UK. So GP is general practitioner, which I guess for you guys is your first protocol. If you've got a general issue, you go and see a local doctor. I'm not sure if that's what you do, but
we call them general practitioners too. I just wanted to make sure we were saying the same thing. So so you cover general surgeries. So it's not non-specific, but general surgeries. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure we clarified that before moving on. But I do want to continue that train of thought, and we're running a little bit low on time. So I hope you have it's almost 2 a.m. You've got plenty of time, right?
It's fine. Yeah, I don't mind.
But we were talking about finite resources, and I think that's just a topic of conversation that we really don't consider. We want to save the earth, and we want to do all these things, and then we also want to throw medications at everything. And I don't think both things can actually function hand in hand. So can you explain that a little more?
Absolutely. As we were saying earlier, this year has been the worst year I've ever had with drug shortages, and it's been absolutely unbelievable. I spend so much of my time trying to chase sources of medications for people who really do need them. It's quite shocking. And we get little bulletins from our drug regulator, who gives us shortage notices, and it's just relentless now, because we are using up all the basic ingredients for medications. As we said, there are finite resources. You cannot go on forever. You can synthetically make a prescription item, but where do the raw materials come from? This is what we have to think about. And at some point, we are all going to have to think about the medications that we are taking. And we are all going to have a serious chat about our health, that if we looked after our health better, we wouldn't need any prescription items at all. And it is a topic, a serious topic that's coming. And serious conversations are going to have to be had, because the shortages are getting worse. They will not improve. The situation we have now in this country, it's not going to improve. Yeah.
And we were talking about it. You told me not to get you on the subject, but
Yeah.
so I'll say it, and then you don't have to say it. But we were talking about, there are medications out there that are being used off-label, not for what they're designed to do.
Yeah.
And the people who actually need those medications can't get those medications.
Yeah.
And this is an issue.
It is. It's a huge issue, and it makes me very angry as well, because I try to see both sides. I know people want to lose weight, and that they're unhappy with what's going on, but they're looking at it through a pharmaceutical point of view. We don't need pharmaceuticals to lose weight. We really don't. It is so simple. And to take another pharmaceutical into your body, and we have to be honest about this, we don't know its long-term effects. We really do not. And I'm going to shout thalidomide here, and younger people won't know what that means, but we've been down this road before. We have to think about our health. And we can't think that there is a pill for every ill. We cannot think that, I can just go and take a tablet and I'll lose 20 pounds. Well, you might do, but at what cost? Do you know what I mean? It's so frustrating. But doing keto and exercise requires work. And I think people, and not everybody is ready to do that work. I think, they want the quick fix, don't they?
Yeah.
There isn't one. Sorry, guys. There is no quick fix.
No, you got to do the work, son.
Do the work, son. Do the work, son.
So, I do wonder, though, are you hearing these conversations within the professional arena? Are they starting to talk about that?
Yes, yeah. My colleagues are very worried, and I get emails every day about shortages and issues, and what are we going to do? And everybody knows in the back of their minds what we need to do. Everybody knows. You eat properly and you are active. Everybody knows that's the answer, but they don't want to admit it. So we are luckily starting to go down that route, and I really sincerely hope that we get this sorted as soon as possible. Really, it's getting quite serious, where I'm now seeing, bearing in mind I started pharmacy in the 80s, I'm now seeing drugs that were only given to 17, 18-year-olds now being given to 20-year-olds. And I did a prescription last week for a 20-year-old for statins. I didn't want to do it. I didn't. It upset me so much. I had to do it. I was told I had to do it. But this is a 20-year-old, you know, and I got quite upset about it. And I did question it. I did my due diligence, and I went and spoke with the doctor, and he was adamant this person needs this statin. And I just, yeah, you know, I had to walk out the room quickly. Yeah.
I can't imagine that has to be very
Yeah.
frustrating. And I know there are many people within the medical community who are getting frustrated. And
Yeah.
I hope that we can turn this ship around before it's too late, because we're just barreling down towards, you know, everybody's going to be on medication and everybody's going to be unhealthy. And we can't fix all of that with pills. We're going to run out of supplies.
Yeah, exactly. At some point, there's going to be no choice. So we may as well get on with it now. So, yeah.
So what we're saying is, everyone here who is doing this, who's listening to us, who's already eating a low carb, ketogenic, carnivore diet, y'all are ahead of the curve. And it's up to us to keep telling the stories so that more people can hear it, so they can also be ahead of the curve, because we don't want to see anybody suffering in the end.
Yeah, very much so.
Scott, were there any more questions?
No, that was it.
Okay, did you have a question? Because you didn't ask a question.
You know what? Everything was you were very detailed. Everything was covered very well. I had noted a few things, but you knocked them out before I can get to them. So it's been awesome. I've really enjoyed this.
Thank you.
Well, before I ask the last question, is there a way that people can find you, reach you, contact you, any of that?
Absolutely. The only social media I do is Twitter. I don't like any other social media. So I'm Ladies That Lift 3 on Twitter. Yeah.
And I've put that in the all of our communications.
So anything, any communications, any messages, just send them to me, and I will answer.
I can attest that she will answer.
I will answer.
Unless she's on a long hike, and then you have to wait a little bit. But that's excusable because you're on a long hike, so that's okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us, and we always end the show with the same question of all of our guests. It's become one of my favorite parts of the show. Right. So I'm going to ask you the question.
I'm ready.
All right. If you had one piece of advice to give someone who is just starting to navigate their health journey, what would it be?
I've thought long and hard about this one. And my only regret is that I did not document the start of my journey. I did not, because I couldn't face it, I think, I did not take any photos of me at my heaviest. I don't think there are any. I've asked friends and relatives if they could sort of scour their phones for photo, and nobody can find a photo of me at my true heaviest. So I would say, be honest with yourself, have your accountability, take a photo, or get somebody to take several photos of you as you were, and say to yourself, this is the last time I will be this weight. This is the last time I will look at myself like this, and document along your journey. So I would say every week, take another photo, because it's weird how from one week to the next, you can suddenly change. Your face can change. You know, you can suddenly see you've got a waist, all of, you know, it's amazing what happens. So I would say, do a diary, do a journal, and definitely take photographs and document yourself. Yeah. And be honest.
I love it. I love it. These answers, they really are just the best. Everybody has a different perspective on it. And I think you're the first person to mention that. So kudos to you for coming up with something new for everyone to do. I think I'm the same way. I don't have many. I was always behind the camera. I don't have many pictures. So when they come up, they're always very surprised.
I can see Scott agreeing.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
we hide, don't we? We hide from the camera, and it's
which is funny. I mean, like every picture of me at my heaviest is just my head, as if I'm hiding, as if nobody's going to figure out I'm gigantic with just my head.
I know. And you lose out on so much, and you miss out on so much as well. Yeah, I know.
And that tends to stick with you too. You get used to being that person in the shadows, and then now you're like this whole new person, but the brain doesn't change as quickly as the body changes. So I hope you are in front of the camera a lot more now, because
all the time. You should see the photos because I even got a selfie stick.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, in the hope that one day I will put a workout video on Twitter. So I bought a selfie stick. So yeah, I will do it. I will do it one day. Yeah.
Well, when you get that video up, make sure you tag me. I would love to see it. And I think that it's time. Just do it. Just get it on there, and I think people will like it. I put videos up, and my form is awful, but you know what? I'm doing it. So
I saw one the other day. Your form is really good. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I've been working.
Yeah, your range of motion is really brilliant. So yeah, keep it going. Keep it going.
Thank you. I'm trying. That's for sure. Well, it has been an absolute joy to have you join us tonight. I'm so thankful that you were willing to wake up super early and caffeinate heavily and join us. And it's just been wonderful. Your perspective on all of this is, quite frankly, it's different than a lot of the people that we've talked to, and I really appreciate that. It's good to hear some new ideas coming in. So thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you. When later on after this uploads, please go back and look at it, because people are saying very nice things in our chat. So definitely go see all the nice things.
Thank you guys.
Yes, so thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Julie, for joining us, and we will see you again in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.